This is logic, simple logic. Because I would tell the reasons now. Because a chianka appear could be a catcher say, my client disrespected me. My client did not pay me. My client is always out there saying things he's not supposed to say. Then I will say, okay, because of your client's attitude, because of the way your client was breaching the contract between the two of you, because your client was not allowing you to your job, when you decide to pull out, but today, all the reasons you are stating it's got nothing to do with your client. The reasons you are stating is got to do with the court. So if the court is not doing what you want, what has it got to do with your client? My man Chairman Wontumi appear kubi or say on the Chairman Wontumi. Let me tell you. Appear kubi. Eko Mahamudu Bawumia ho. And na Bawumia friends on breaky case down and channel. Now appear kubi call you know. When he was called by Bawumia, he went to Bawumia to tell Bawumia everything from the one at Omufri court about the day the case ended. Now, during his breakdown, there was this huge confrontation and argument between Apia Kubi and Bawumia. What was going on? And they say, Apia Kubi concluded Bawumia and for him say Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Now that is what triggered the anger between Apia Kubi, Chairman Wontumi, and the Bawumia. And Chairman Wontumi and the Bawumia, they got angry, furious, because they were saying say Apia Kubi is a terrible lawyer. So Enonwe before na Apia Kubi Babon Trebeka say he is not going to be the lawyer of Chairman Wontumi BM. You know why? It is because right now, no, he cannot blame Chairman Wontumi. What he has to do is to blame the court. And nothing that Wontumi can say, I don't want this and this and this and this about my client, so I'm walking away. Now, the only thing he can do is to put some flimsy excuses out and blame the court. But the main issue is that when Apia Kubi went to Bawumia, Apia Kubi was blunt. And if you have studied Apia Kubi for a very long time, in his political career, as much as he's stupid sometimes, no, every time in the MPP, he's very blunt about some things. Especially when they were in power. You saw how Apia Kubi was blunt on some few things. So when he went to Bawumia, we have been in court for all these years. I know this guy is your financier. He is pumping money into your campaign. What I can tell you is he's go to court. He will go to jail. Apia Kubi made it clear to Bawumia and Chairman Wontumi and Bawumia and in the you know to say Chairman Wontumi will be jailed because the evidence the Attorney General provided and I know it didn't do. So Bawumia Bekachi Apia Kubi say he's a terrible lawyer. He's a bad lawyer. And Apia Kubi told Bawumia, say, what kind of nonsense are you telling me? I have stood on my foot or on my feet. Let me say it that way. For a year, Menje Chairman Wontumi Kapre. I was working for free. Every single day, I am going up and down in court. I'm not even seeing my family. I have basically moved to Accra. I have done everything as a lawyer to protect Chairman Wontumi. Today, you Bawumia sit here and tell me I'm a terrible lawyer. And when Apia Kubi say he doesn't want to be a lawyer for a day, Chairman Wontumi. And nothing that own to me real reason no. And nothing that he's lingering around attitude of court, decision of court. Because if Apia Kubi ever issue with the court all these years, he never for once came out of court to blame the court for anything. No. Every single day he came out of court, he was smiling, assuring people, telling Ghanaians he has a good case, his client is doing well. But suddenly, why I say, judge nature the judgment, this issue has happened. It is Bawumia. It is Bawumia. So what they have been trying to do is to get Kennedy Japan to intervene to go and talk to Lordina Mahama. And Kennedy Japan says he's not going to do that shit. I'm telling you today. Because you see, apart from Kennedy, the problem will end this now. Only Lordina is fine, pa. So they are trying everything to get Kennedy to intervene. For Kennedy to go and talk to Lordina, for Lordina to. And Kennedy is like, Lordina is not a judge. Lordina is not sitting on the case. So Kennedy Japan said he's not going to do it. Enti ano enema Bawumia kacha Apia Kubi so Jimmy 4. And Apia Kubi says Jimmy 4 there. Then I don't want to see to the end of this case. Meaning the judgment before it comes. I want to isolate. I want to be out of this case. And nunti ne waha. And nunti na buchane say adenti ɛna also wonye Chairman Wontumi lawyer bioma adentina also wonye lawyer because Chairman Wontumi nya ohwe Chairman Wontumi aye ne bibi Bawumia didi na tem Oma okache nso a bad lawyer or a terrible lawyer onim nyansa until right now no Apia Kubi is mad Kene Japan say Lordina Mahama nya judge only Lordina Mahama any sa friendship no only Lordina Mahama entrance in this uncommon because ono Kene Japan no wakoko so many times Chairman Wontumi so court into ono only Lordina ni sa uncommon di no no the onim Lordina nya judge nti on to me court Lordina at what their reason or their capacity but you have to understand on consequences no on him say Lordina Mahama will not listen to nonsense on him say Lordina Mahama is not going to open her door. Why do you even bring Lordina Mahama into this? Because they think say case you know it is beyond. No, it is the court. Inti Apia Kubi I withdraw the services it is because of Bawumia and the Dean Atem Samira Bawumia dina temu ofio. In fact, the problem appear could be nya epa or the Samira Bawumia kachire no. And it was the insult from Samira Bawumia. And this lawyer told Bawumia said, talk to your wife. That disrespect to me and other people in the party, it is becoming too much. Bawumia told him, say, that is when Apia Kubi stormed out of Bawumia's residence. And that is how he came out to write this statement that he has withdrawn his services. Chairman Wontumi o client no why obone ben ontumi nka Chairman Wontumi ade court obumra bi so ontumi nka Chairman Wontumi aden wakogina baby akoka bibia fa ho ontumi nka Chairman Wontumi eka bibi kira ontumi nka. You know why? It is because Samira Bawumia ne Bawumia no di natem. Now you understand what I mean. Now let me show you this. Apia Kubi in some oka to justify why he left Chairman Wontumi. You boost the sound room. I remember the I feel what you say. That is the danger. That is what echoes for MPP mu. Man we Mahamudu Bawumia na ashe de bufuo. Eye Bawumia ire ene Bawumia omu didi na tem. Or kind of correction say Chairman Wontumi go jail. They should embrace themselves for it. Ena Bawumia ne yiri didi na tem. Now, my member audio no for the last time. The reasons in here also on your Chairman Wontumi lawyer biom. Now you understand, say, I think Chichimina Briamano, Obetia, Apia Kubi, on yet da. Apia Kubi is done. And kind courtesy, Samira Bawumia. Let's listen to this.
So, let me move on to Samira. It appears to me that you do not have trust in or you do not believe in your clients anymore. We are learning that you are withdrawing your services to your clients in that case.
Yeah, it is not the case. The reasons why I'm withdrawing my services from this process is stated in our affidavit in support of the motion. And I must say that I'm disappointed with decisions of the court. And I'm disappointed with the attitude of the court.
But if you withdraw your service, your client is going to perish.
No. When I withdraw my service, he is at liberty to engage another counsel. He is at liberty to do his case by himself. And he is at liberty to even apply to government for support by way of legal aid. So I'm sure he will take a decision when we get there.
What has the court done? What has the court done? You say you're not happy with?
I'm not happy with, particularly when I have made application for the court to order the prosecution to provide me with copies of the alleged assignment. Instead of the court making the order, the court dismissed my application. I expected the court to make that order for the prosecution to come and say that this is a copy of the assignment, or I don't have it at all, for her to come to a conclusion that there is no assignment. So that conclusive position we have is based on presumptions that since they could not provide the assignment, there is a presumption that it doesn't exist. But I expected the court to make the order directed at the prosecution to provide that assignment, or come to the court and say that there is no such assignment. For the court to record that there is no such assignment, and that brings finality to the charges on assignment.
And so do you think withdrawing your services is at the interest of your client?
I think the court.
Guys, I'm a control. Apia could be a confirm me on a sempa on this interview. Apia could be a catch him when Chairman Wontumi go jail. He was the lawyer for Chairman Wontumi. He knows the case he presented. He knows the evidence he presented. He saw the evidence the Attorney General put before him. He knows his counsel, his client was in the box, and he knows how his client fumbled. Apia Kubi was honest. He told Bawumia, he told Chairman Wontumi, he told them to brace themselves and that Chairman Wontumi go to court, he go to jail. Apia Kubi nailed it in front of Bawumia. Chairman Wontumi per Apia Kubi's statement in front of Bawumia and what he's saying today on TV, on radio, and the statement he's releasing, he has confirmed that Chairman Wontumi will go to jail. Nobody said it. Apia Kubi has confirmed that. Oba Nansafo Yebuni Be Yankanasam. Bidin Edi Cabinet Koberu Taylor, Ochna, Ebishia.